What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Man Up. I'm coming at you with one more video today. I had got a request to do a video of my favorite wrestlers that I would love to meet if I could meet them. I had to get out my WWF Hybrid Big Eagle to for this particular video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Man Up's top 10 favorite wrestlers that he would love to meet, with one honorable mention. And before I get started, let me just go ahead and say this here. They are in no particular order except for the very last person that you will see, because that person is my all-time favorite wrestler. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alrighty, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Like I said before, this is not going to be in any particular order except for the very last one that you see. But let's start off with Booker T here, who is also from my hometown of Houston, Texas. He had a character that I just loved. A lot of people said they didn't like it, but I loved it. And that was King Booker. Okay, never mind. I ain't going to do that again. So, this is one of the people. I also would like to meet his wife, very, very entertaining person, huge fan of Booker T. He has his own wrestling school in Houston. He's still very much into the business. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Like I said, it's going to be 11. Of course, another person who is from my hometown, the Undertaker. The man, the myth, the legend himself. I would love to meet the Undertaker. From what I've heard of other people who have met him, who know him, very, very kind guy. Very nice guy. Here's a little side note from you, though. Undertaker grew up maybe less than a mile away from me, from where I grew up in Houston. Never met him before. I've been to where he grew up, where he's from, plenty of times, but I've never met him before. Wow. So when I heard him say where he grew up from, I was like, what? I grew up not even half a mile, not even a quarter of a mile away from where he said. And I was like, wow. Well, hey, funny how things work sometimes. Well, this is another wrestler I would love to meet. Let's get into the next one. Triple H, the Game. It's just something about his character outside of wrestling that I was like, I would love to meet him. This is one person that I think that I think any and everybody would love. Very business-oriented person. He's not a public figure like people like to think. He's kind of private, kind of. Not private like a lot of other people, but he's kind of private. And that's kind of how I am a little bit. You only know just a little bit of what I want you to know. But I don't know, just something about his character outside of wrestling, and wrestling that is, that I would love to meet him. But this is another person. Let's go ahead and get into the next person. Lita. One of my two favorite female wrestlers. She was the only, at that time, only female wrestler to do high-flying stunts. She was the only high-flying wrestler at that time. She done things that no other wrestler would ever do. Real name is Amy Dumas. But I was just blown away. And then she became part of my favorite tag team, the Hardy Boys, to form Team Extreme. It was like, wow. When I saw her wrestle with Trish Stratus, Molly Holly, I can't think of all of them. Ivory, I can't think of all of them right now, but I was just blown away. She was one of my favorites. I only have two favorite female wrestlers, and they both on this list. So let's get to the next one. My all-time favorite wrestler, female wrestler, Chyna. She's the only female, to win the Intercontinental Championship and at that time, the only female to enter into a men's Royal Rumble. And actually kick some ass, too. But, hey, may she rest in peace. I wish she was here so I can meet her. It is what it is, you know. It's one of those type of things. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. This is the guy that I started watching wrestling. That made me start watching wrestling. I've told y'all this plenty of times before. The Ultimate Warrior. It was just something about him running to the ring with all that energy, shaking them ropes, doing all this here, arm shaking, all that. I don't know what it was, but it's just something about him that made me love wrestling. I fell in love with wrestling back. I want to say that was in. I want to say that was back in what, 88? I might be wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But this guy. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Yes, that Texas Rattlesnake, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fun fact. I went to the University of Houston with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Never met the guy. Now, I'm not sure if he graduated or not, or if he just transferred to another school or what, I don't know. But his last year was my first year. And when I started seeing him, you know, wrestling in the WWE, well, Elf at that time, I was like blown away a little bit because I was like, I've seen him before. What? You know, like I said, I never met the guy, but I would love to meet him. And this guy here, for some reason, he had, I don't know, he fooled me with his character and who he really is. He's a gentle, goofy, fun-loving person. But if you only seen him wrestle, never knew who he was outside of wrestling, you would think he was just a stone cold killer. He was good at what he was, my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and get to the next person. Mr. Randy Orton. Fun fact about Randy Orton. I want to say that was 2009 that the WWE came to where I'm at, where I live. They had a live event. And he was there. Now, one sad thing that happened with Randy on his way to the ring, our fans spit on Randy Orton. And I could tell that Randy Orton was ready to just knock him out, but he knew that he couldn't. And when Randy got to the ring, I don't know the referee's name, but the referee asked him what took him so long to get to the ring. Randy said that guy spit on him. Don't know what happened to that fan, but wow. So I actually seen Randy Orton in person. Didn't actually get a chance to meet him, I guess you could say. But I've seen him in person. Just like I seen Stone Cold in person. But anyway, Randy Orton is another guy that I would love to meet. He seems like he has a very, very kind personality as well, too. So, I don't know. These are just some people I would love to meet. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Mr. 619 himself. Excuse me. Rey Mysterio. I would love to meet Rey. The littlest big man you will ever meet. He has the heart of a giant. This guy here. I don't know, just something about watching him wrestle in the ring. You know, with his son now, Dominic Wrestling. You know, they became the first ever father and son tag team champions. Wow. I ain't know nobody never done that. I was thinking back in my head, I was like, no, The Rock and his dad was before, but I'm like, no, wait a minute, no. I kept thinking, but nobody. So it's Rey and Dominic, the first ever father and son tag team champions. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Mr. Eddie Guerrero. May he rest in peace as well. If I had a chance, I would love to meet him. He seemed like a type of person that was very family oriented, loved the fans, loved what he did. He loved the business of wrestling. I hate that he left us too soon. Another guy that's from my home state of Texas. It's kind of sad. And that belt that he's holding, I've said it plenty of times before, I do not like the Undisputed belt, but I am considering getting the Eddie Guerrero Signature Series Undisputed belt because of Mr. Eddie Guerrero. And a little side note here, when they announced that he had passed, I didn't cry, but I was a little teary-eyed. I was very, very sad because he is a great entertainer. Seemed like a great, great person. Had some demons. He overcame those demons. Well, I guess you could say overcame them, but he was doing what he had to do. Very, 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 very sad that he's gone. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. This is my all-time favorite wrestler, Kane, Mr. Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. I would love to meet Kane. I would love to meet him. Like I said, this list was in no particular order, except for this one. Kane is the only one on here that I had to put last, like the number one, because I would love to meet Kane. I would love to shake his hand, talk to him, have a little decent conversation with him. Just about anything. Nothing personal, of course, because he don't know me, I don't know him, but just about his favorite food or I don't know anything. I know it's stupid, but still. You know, sometimes you see there's someone you love to meet just to have a conversation with them. And Kane to me is one of them. Alrighty, everybody. I had to go ahead and end this video with my blog logo, Big Eagle, on the blue strap with the crocodile backing. Now that y'all seen all the wrestlers that I would love to meet in no particular order except for the very last one, I had to put him number one. Had to go ahead and end this video on the right note because I have been told plenty of times that people love it when I say this. So let me go ahead and end this. You was in the man cave? Sorry, I gotta be rude and kick you out this man cave. Holla.